Hello, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ahmad Safruddin. You can call me Somat. It's easier to pronounce. So I am the Asia Regional Capacity Building for LockNet. So yeah, I'm happy here to share our story from the ground. How the power of local could empower communities and also to build meaningful connectivity. Yeah, first I would like to highlight a story from Indonesia. So I wrote an article, you can search it in internet. A village takes charge how Taliabu built its own internet service in Indonesia. Yeah, you can search using keyword APC Taliabu internet. So yeah, from what we learn from the ground, when we trust communities with tools, knowledge, and space, they build solutions that are more resilient than anything we design for them. Yeah, Taliabu is one of example, the implementation in Indonesia. There are more than 10 regions in Indonesia that we empower community working together with them using participatory approach to build their own communication infrastructure and tools. So the other example from Indonesia, from the indigenous community in West Java, we work together with Gelar Alam indigenous community who they build their own communication infrastructure and as well as maintaining and utilize the connectivity. But meaningful connectivity is not just connectivity itself, but how they utilize the connectivity to improve their economic and social well-being. Um, the other example from the Philippines, I would like to highlight two communities. It is Copa and Nueva Vizcaya community. It's also indigenous community. They work with more than 50 community-based coffee producers. And yeah, the community understand context better than any external expert. And then through participatory approach, we we build dialogue with them, with the community, so it's increase ownership and then sustain the initiative. Also, I would like to mention the leadership also important. It's inspire policy change, public support, and innovation. So the digital futures so I believe digital future of Asia will build locally through community initiative. So yeah, what we learn from the Asia context, communities knows what matter most, and also small tools create big shift when used locally, capacity building bigger than infrastructure. So technology change, but skills remain. And also gender matters. So when women lead, network lasts longer. So policy grounds from practice, narrative from the field shape national conversation. So I would like to conclude this session. So community is not just cable or spectrum. It is people, skills, leadership, and stories. What we see in Indonesia and the Philippines and across Asia prove one thing. The future of meaningful connectivity belongs to local community. Thank you very much.
with an organization called Video Volunteers. I lead their research and partnerships. To basically give you a brief of context about what Video Volunteers does, we have been operational in India since more than 20 years now. And what we do is a community media-based work. We train people on the ground for the work, for putting videos around issues that they are facing on a daily basis. So for instance, if there is somebody who's facing an issue of a hand pump or a PHC, they will make a video about that. They'll go to the government official to talk about that video, and eventually an impact video is made. By this, we have created around 20,000 videos by far, which are all community developed and also first-person narratives. And we take these videos and we try to understand what exactly is the larger picture that is emerging out of community resilience and what community solutions are happening. So based on the work that we have been doing, there are like certain core learnings and some failures that we have seen. First is that we believe that when we talk about community, it should not only be limited to bringing them into the connectivity. It is about power. It is about being heard. It is about participation. It is about how the bottoms up approach works in community building. So when we say that we have a network of around 120 people across 200 districts in India, which covers around 21 states. And all of these people, they make sure that all the issues that they are facing around them, all these people are coming from rural and marginalized backgrounds. More than 50% of these people are women. And these people are the ones who are coming from their homes and doing this work. They are just trained by us in how to create a video and how to not make it into something which is just another content. So based on those videos, we have an impact rate of around 40%. Every 4 video that we create, we have around 1.5 to 2 videos which do have an impact. Until now, we have impacted around 5 million people in India. So what we have learned by far is that the power that is there in the community is something that has to be held on to and is something that we need to build more capacity for. Whenever we say that capacity building is only just about providing instruments or tools to them, it is not exactly that. It is also about the way that the right to be heard is, leveraged, and the way they understand that they have something to say. Most of the people, they don't even feel that they have something important to say to the world. So first is that. The second lesson that we learned in our work has been that whenever you go to a government official, the government official will say that, why do we work with you? You are going to, bring bad light to us. You are going to say that we are not doing our work. How do we trust you? So when we go to these government officials, we tell them that this is not to put a bad shame to you. This is not to tell you that you are not doing your job. We are also working for the communities. You are also working for the communities. So why not we work together and be in a welfare kind of situation? So more than confrontation, what we believe in is collaboration. That we collaborate with the government officials and tell them that let's work together and solve this problem. And this approach that we have taken, we have seen that out of 67 projects that we did across governments, 80% of them were successful. And that's the feedback that we have been getting. And there are, in the respect to that, it has also happened that many CCs, as we call them, community content creators, all these people have gained a lot of confidence and a lot of goodwill from the government as well. Whenever there is something that is happening on the ground, if there has to be a list that has to be made for ration card, or if there has to be something around voters ID, they do initiate conversation with these CCs, and the government tries to make sure that these people are involved. So it is like a bridge that is being built between the citizens and the community members through the government intervention. So we believe that, confrontation, yes, we must do that, because there are times that we need to confront the government about what they are not doing. But definitely there is a way of collaboration as well. So we need to just find the champions who are working on that. And there are few champions we do have. The third thing that we learned from our understanding was how do we make sure that the work that community members are doing on ground is reflected to whenever they are going to meet a person, how do we make sure that their work is reflected? So then we made something called a digital CV. A digital CV or a portfolio kind of thing, in which there were where they're coming from, what kind of engagement they can do, what kind of help they can provide, how many people they have impacted, what kind of issues they do solve. All of this information is there in their digital portfolio. The CCs, they go to the government, they tell the official that this is what our work has been. And because that work is credible and it has numbers and it has the credibility of an organization like Video Volunteers, they do listen. And they do listen and they understand that, okay, this is something that we can take into consideration. So the digital CV or the portfolio of CCs have really helped us too. Something that I would like to highlight on what has not worked is primarily around the representation bit. Even though we say that the way, like, we have people from all across the, India representing the communities, but the thing that has not worked is, even for that matter, the YouTube, if you look at it, we did a survey like recently on YouTube that who are these content creators, which background are they coming from, who are, which social location they are coming from, and most of the people who are coming from any kind of marginalization based on identity, caste, class, or gender or disability, they were not heard. The YouTube does not provide a space for them in that sense. So we also need to think about how do we enable more spaces where such representation can be done, because the representation is pretty low. Right now, if I look at the numbers, it's like 2% of mainstream media captures the real essence of India's issues. So if that is 2%, then where are we even heading? The one more thing that I would like to iterate is about what has not worked is regarding the local leadership, how the power structure works at the local level. Because in the context of local level, the identity, the access, and the justice system, it works very differently. Even though we are working for communities, the communities have their own systems there as well. And most of the time, it happens that even though somebody is intending to do something good, they are not heard, or they are not even considered that these people voices should be even reach anywhere. So for that, we have been building efforts around how do we make it much more intersectional in our approach. How do we make sure that there are safety nets and security that is provided. Like for instance, all the people that work with us, we believe that mental health is something that they need to we need to take care of them. So we have an entire mental health system for them, where they can opt for therapy, they can opt for counseling, all of that, which is a free of cost. So, and also one more thing is that all the community work that we keep on doing, we need to also acknowledge that it is all someone's labor. It is not, we should not be extracting that labor. So we have a model which is economic. All the videos that RCCs create, each and every video brings them money. Every video is paid. So we don't believe in that extraction of knowledge in that sense. So like basically, concludingly, I would say that we know that the local stories have power. We know that we need to work more on the grassroots. But the thing is that the people from the grassroots are not reaching where they need to reach. The representation is still very much held by elite privileged people, and which is not really doing the justice that it's supposed to be doing. Yeah, and digital, I think like tech has a lot of potential in doing something there. But again, the tech is also being built from a very bottoms-up approach, not a it's built from a very top-down approach and not a bottoms-up approach. So till we don't keep on pushing the tech enablers and tech builders, that we need to do community-first work, community-first AI, community-first digital tech, we will not be able to solve a problem. Yeah. Thank you.